Hey guys, so today I will be reviewing a LEGO Star Wars set. This is the Clone Scout Walker 20th Anniversary Edition. It is set number 75261, comes with 250 pieces, 3 minifigures, plus the 20th Anniversary Darth Vader minifigure, and this is recommended for ages 6 and up, and this released in the spring of 2019 to celebrate 20 years of LEGO Star Wars. And let's go ahead and get this review started by taking a look at the minifigures. So the first minifigure is the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper, and this guy really hasn't changed too much since 2014 when he was first introduced. I do believe the leg printing is just slightly different around this area. I think they added the little printing next to the little, where the hip piece comes down and the legs attach. But other than that, I do believe this is the same as the previous versions of this minifigure that we have gotten in 2014, 2016. But that does not mean it is a bad minifigure. This guy still looks great. There's really no need to update him since he looks so good. The helmet mold is really nice. Really like the way that looks. And the printing on the helmet is spectacular. Love the way that looks. This is the only bad thing about the minifigure, just another angry clone face. But since this actually is a clone, it does make sense, even if the face is way overused these days. And overall, just a very nice minifigure. Has some great printing, and very happy to get another one of these minifigures. Next up is just a Wookie Warrior, and this guy is fairly simple, but still really cool. He is mostly dark brown with a bit of lighter highlights around his face and on his legs. And he does have some kind of fang printing coming up from his mouth. And he has the standard Wookie musket rifle. And his head and torso are all one piece to get the fur detailing. If I pull this off, you can just see it is a plain brown torso. So not too much going on with this Wookiee, one of the lesser detailed Wookiees that we've gotten, but he still looks really nice. And it's nice to get a plain unnamed Wookiee for once, and overall I think this is a very nice minifigure. This is a battle droid. It's a battle droid. We've gotten a lot of battle droids. It is completely identical to all of the previous plain battle droids that we have gotten. He comes with a gun, and that is pretty much it for this guy. He's a battle droid. The anniversary minifigure in the set is Darth Vader, and this figure is almost identical to the original Darth Vader minifigure that came out in 1999. The printing on the torso is very faithful to that original design, and they also use the original Darth Vader helmet piece, which has not been seen since 2014, I believe. He just has a standard red lightsaber, and if I take off his helmet piece, you can see he just has the old style of Vader head that was used on the 1999 minifigure. Some very nice printing on this guy, even if it is simple. It looks a lot like the 1999 figure. No leg printing, but since this is supposed to be a replica, it makes sense that he does not have any. And I don't know why I put this back on, because I'm going to need to take it off to flip up the cape. And the cape is not the old super hard stuff, but it's also not the super soft fabric, so it's kind of like an in-between, and I actually really like it. And underneath it has the 20 years of LEGO Star Wars. Most people hate this. I kind of like it since it kind of like prevents people from selling this figure as the original. And the cape covers it up, so it's not a huge deal on this minifigure as it would be on, say, Han Solo. But overall, this is a very nice 20th anniversary minifigure, very faithful to the original design, and that is pretty much it for the minifigs. There are 4 different builds in this set, so let's go ahead and get started with the smallest one, which is Darth Vader's stand. So this really isn't like a build in the set, but I thought I should show it anyway. It's a little stand for Darth Vader. It says Darth Vader on it, and also has the 20 years print. And basically, you can just stand Vader up in the middle there, and then this plate can be used to connect it to other 20th anniversary minifigures. And like I said, not like really a part of the what should be the Scout Walker set, but it is part of the set since it goes with the minifig. And I like these stands. I think they're just a nice way to display these minifigs. And that's really it for this. Just thought I would show you the stand for Darth Vader. Getting into builds that are actually related to the Scout Walker, this is like the little Kashyyyk, like trench thingy. It's actually a very nice build. I like the way it looks. It is simple, but they used the little feather-ish pieces that they used on the big Porg model. I think that looks very nice. Then they also used one of the long blaster rifles that you really don't see too much anymore in sets. It's nice to get it here. They use this for a little like turret, and it can rotate to the side just a little bit, and can also go up and down. They also have this little shield to protect the gunner. Only thing is, there's no handle or platform for a gunner to stand on, so if you want somebody shooting this, I know he's holding a musket, it's not realistic, but you really just have to have him standing there with a rifle in their face. So I would have liked to see like just a few extra pieces to go into a little stand for somebody to operate this gun. And this can be adjusted, so you can have it all in a straight line, you can have some of it like folded like this, you can get it really weird. But the best position is just kind of like this, slight angle, and I think this is overall a simple but very nice looking little side build. So the other side build in the set is a little dwarf spider droid, something for the walker to fight. And the design hasn't changed too much since they did something like this in 2013. The only real difference between this one and the 2013 model is the little stud shooter on the front. And I personally, not a huge fan of the stud shooter, although I do get it, it adds playability, but I just prefer like a brick built with this. I mean, this is brick built, but I prefer one that doesn't actually shoot and instead favors kind of accuracy and just overall good appearance. But it's not too big of a deal. The rest of the dwarf spider droid looks pretty nice. I like the use of the rapier sword, and then this can also be rotated. I don't really know why you'd want to, but you can. It does have a little clear brick on the bottom, so you can have this stand up without any legs, which kind of looks weird. Actually, apparently not. Oh, there we go. So, basically, the legs are not strong enough to hold this thing up on its own, so they just add a little clear brick for extra support. I also like to use a little telephone element for the eyes. They've been doing that in the past couple models now. And like I said, this is a stud shooter, so you can shoot it off just like that. So, overall, it's a nice little build. I mean, I do like Lego Dwarf Spider Droids, and I think this one, other than the stud shooter, which isn't too big of a deal, I think this one is definitely a very nice version of the Dwarf Spider Droid. Here is the ATRT, or Clone Scout Walker itself, and this thing is definitely a step up from the 2005 version. But in terms of build and how it's put together, it is very similar to the 2013 501st ATRT. Obviously, the color scheme is very different from that one, but how it went together, especially in the leg and like waist area, I'll call it, it's very similar to that model. And it does use a few stickers. These two elements have stickers on them right there, but that is really it for stickers, just two of them. And I think those stickers do add a nice amount of detail to the build. And the legs, this is as far forward as they can go, so you can't bend them anymore this way. But you can get interesting positions out of them. Going backwards, you can get interesting running positions, although this thing cannot stand up on only one leg. It would require extra support. But, so the build for the feet, it's pretty nice, similar to the 2013 version. So if you have the 2013 Clone Scout Walker, you essentially know how this thing is put together. It's very similar. They really only change things up in here a little bit. The main cannon might actually use the same piece. I'm not sure. I have to go check, but pretty sure this might be the same cannon piece they used in the 2005 model. And this one does include a stud shooter, so you can just shoot that off like that. And that just, okay, here we go. So I actually do like the stud shooter piece in that gray, and it doesn't look too weird, actually. It's, I mean, it is giant, not giant, but it is a weird little trans red thing. But it doesn't look too bad. Can see it as like a little light, maybe a sensor, since ATRTs do have lights in Revenge of the Sith. And the build up around here to get the sloping and a nice little like protection for the pilot is very nice. I like the way that turned out. I like the little bit of detailing around the back. And the legs also have a great amount of detail. I really like the color scheme on this ATRT. And then up top here you have a little like communication antenna, I guess, and this can be rotated if you want to. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, but you can. And this just fell off. Put that back on. And my least favorite part of the ATRT is getting the minifigure on. It is a pain getting this guy to hold the handlebars and sit down at the same time. So I'm just going to pretend that he's holding the handlebars and have him sit down like that. So you can get an idea of what this guy looks like in the ATRT. You really can't see him too well, but that means he is well protected from enemy fire. And the gun can move side to side, about 180 degrees, a little more it seems actually. And overall, very solid build for the ATRT. Like I said, similar to 2013 one, big step up from the 2005 version. And I think having all three, I think I would have to call this my favorites. I just really like the color scheme. It's a great build, and overall looks very nice. So that is it for the 2019 Clone Scout Walker sets, and overall, I feel like this is a pretty nice set. It's nice to get the little Wookiee trench. I do like the Dwarf Spider Droid build, even if the stud shooter looks a little weird, but it does add playability. And like I said in the last clip, the ATRT is my favorite of the three larger ones that LEGO has produced. Just really love the color scheme. It's a great build, very sturdy, and just overall looks great. Darth Vader is a very nice minifigure for the 20th anniversary. And the other minifigures are very nice as well. It's nice to get the massable battle droid, even if we have seen him hundreds of times before. And the Wookiee is great just to get a generic Wookie Warrior, and then a clone trooper is a clone trooper, and that is great to get. So overall, for $30, which is the suggested retail price in the US, I think it is a pretty good deal. If you're kind of on the fence on this set, I would say wait just for a bit of a discount, so you can get it for like $25-ish. But overall, I would definitely recommend this set to a Clone Wars fan or an Episode 3 fan, because I think it is just a very nice set, and it might actually be my favorite of the 20th anniversary lineup. So overall, I do really like this set, and I would definitely recommend it. And you guys can know what you think of it, either by voting in the card in the top right-hand corner of the video, or by leaving a comment down below. And if you guys enjoyed this review, a like is very much appreciated. And if you really enjoyed it, please click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a new LEGO for Life video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.